What's good, everyone? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. That way you're notified when I drop future content. So today, I wanted to just jump right into it. I'm going to tell you guys a story of the day I turned myself in to do the 32 months with 80% for the high-speed chase that I went on in Culver City. So if you guys are up on game with my story, when I paroled from serving the 10 years, I only lasted 2.5 months before I went on a high-speed chase, wrecked my car, and got busted again. So I ended up bailing out. My wife at the time, she ended up looking out and she bailed me out. So I was fighting it from the streets. I fought it for 11 months. At the time, we had just found out that my wife was pregnant. So I ended up telling my public defender, you know what I mean? Like, look, what's it looking like? And she was like, look, it's looking like they're gonna give you 16 months for the felony evading, but because you just got out, she tried to use the Romero versus, I don't know what, we try to piggyback off the Romero case, which is pretty much you committed a crime as a juvenile, so when you get out and you commit another crime, they can't use the crime prior because you were a juvenile. They can't use it against you. But what she was saying is that I wasn't out long enough to prove that I was actually rehabilitated and stuff like that. So she like, man, you're gonna get doubled up regardless. It's gonna be 16 months and you're gonna get doubled up. So I was like, man, I was explaining to her how my wife was pregnant, so on and so forth. So she like, give me a due date. So we went to the doctor, found out a due date. Next court date, I told her like, hey, this is the due date, you know? She's due in March of 2018. I got out in May of 2017. I caught this case in August of 2017. So, boom, this was like around, I want to say like probably September, October, when I'm telling her all this, like, hey, this is the due date and stuff like that. So, boom, we end up going to court and she tells the judge, like, look, my client is willing to plead no contest. He's willing to go forward with the 32 months. But if he can turn himself in till after his kid is born, you know what I mean? His wife is pregnant right now. He just wants to be out for the birth. So due to the fact that I was showing up to court and everything, I was following and obeying everything. And I think at the time still, I was still on the GPS ankle monitor. They were like, cool, you know what I mean? But just know that if you don't show up to turn yourself in, because I had signed and everything, but the due date was like on March 9th. They gave me till the 31st. They gave me till March 31st to turn myself in. So I signed, I knew I was gonna go in, but they extended it all the way till March 31st of the following year for me to turn myself in. So I already knew I was going in and everything. So I ended up going in with a bundle of Xanax. I went in with like 20 or 30 pills of Xanax. At the time, that's what I was popping at the time, you know what I mean? Fighting the case and all that, I'm not gonna lie, I was popping a lot of pills at the time. I was popping a lot of Xanax. And I was just acting a fool, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to get at is this story of me taking that bundle into the county jail, having to go through the whole process, intake and all that. And the crazy part about it is that R&R intake in the county, they have these machines that you go through. They're x-ray machines or metal detectors, I don't know what they are. But the point is, I'm getting processed. I've been through this already, so it's like whatever, right? I'm getting processed. I'm going through everything, right? And I see these new machines that I haven't seen before. The last time I was in the county was in 2010. when I was getting processed from juvenile hall to the county. So now fast forward 8 years later, I'm thinking it's the same. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. And we're in line, and then I see these like 4 or 5 machines, and they're making everybody go through them. Imagine how you would feel, you know what I mean? Good thing, I think they were metal detectors. I don't think they were x-ray machines, they were metal detectors. Probably just making sure that people are not taking in metal. So imagine, you're walking in the line, you know you got a bundle tucked, and you're about to walk through these machines. You don't know if it's about to see what you have or not. I'm sweating, shitting it. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Go in, pass through the machines. They break you down to your boxers and everything. Pass through the machine. Everything was good. Ended up making it through. You know what I mean? My first ever sale, I was with the homie Striker from the hood. Shout out the homie Striker. I was with the homie Beam from Venice. That's a black homie, but from a Southside hood. Shout out the homie Bean and the homie Striker. But my first ever night, first sale was with them, you know what I mean? Ended up taking out the bundle. We all got barred out, and we was just chilling. The homie Striker got on the phone. I remember I chopped it up with a couple of the homies. Shout out the homie Little Goofs. Who else was there? There was a couple of other little homies, you know what I mean, that I was talking to, but salute to them. All of them can vouch for this story, man. I landed with the homie. Coincidence, right? Out of all people, all sales, I landed in the cell with the homie from the west side, the homie from Venice, and the homie from the hood, and we just have a party that night. Cause the next day, they ended up sending me to Wayside. They called my name, and I ended up going to Wayside. But I ended up meeting the homie, got on the phone, chopped it up with a couple of the homies, you know what I mean? And ended up having like a little party, you know what I'm saying? First night in county, turning myself in, we had a party and stuff, you know? Just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to hear more about chilling and partying, meeting the homie getting on the phone, calling the homies. Like, it was crazy. I was nervous, shitting it and everything, scared, all that. But the minute I landed in the cell with the homie from the hood and the homie from the west, it was like everything was good. And then we got barred out too, so you already know. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys. Shout out Killer Kush. You guys want some of that bomb exotic sauce? Check out my good people at Killer Kush on IG. That's Killer Kush __ 420. If you guys want any type of rosin, get at my good people at Cali Herbs Los Angeles. That's Cali Herbs Official on IG. If you guys want any type of pups, anything that has to do with Frenchies, just dogs alone, get at my good people at Frenchie Row Kennels. That's Frenchie _Row _ Kennels. And if you're in the San Fernando Valley, check out my good people at Hadar Extracts, man. Let's get it.